The record is on. Yay. Excuse me. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Lunch and Learn today. My name is Haas Sleiman. I'm a 200K from the Metro Detroit area. My 5-year anniversary is coming up. I think it's October 28th. We've been blessed. I just got goosebumps just saying that. We've been blessed by this amazing company and being a part of something like this movement, this tribe. They were talking about how happy they were that leaders have stepped up to not only help their teams, but to help everybody else. And the way I look at it, we're one company with an amazing product and a movement. And I think it's a job as a leader to really step up and help anybody and everybody they can. So let me tell you a little bit of background about me. Like I said, I started this around 5 years ago. When I first got involved in this product, a beautiful woman by the name of Edna Stevens really reached out to me because she was very concerned with my health. She was like a second mom to me. I was drinking around 6 or 7 energy drinks a day, plus 3 to 4 cups of coffee. And this is what I thought I needed as a guy to really go on, be me, and do what I need to do for my daily basis. And I was really skeptical when she brought this to me. I kind of told her no in the most polite way possible. And then she's a very smart woman. So she went to my wife and told her about it, and kind of told my wife, like, look, he's spending X amount on energy drinks. I can help him get this for free. And if he likes it, you guys, this could benefit you. So happy wife, happy life. I ended up trying the product. Day 1, fell absolutely in love with it. By day 3, I noticed a difference not only in myself and how I woke up, but my wife as well. And then by day 10, I was sold. I think I pushed the promoter button after going to one of Natasha's events, actually, that Jessica Green roped me into. And I actually maxed out my wife's last credit card because I went behind her back to do this. Now, this is different than most people. I was the one who's wanted to promote this product. And mind you, when I started, I had no idea what network marketing was, and nor did I ever sell anything. Okay, for those of you who know me now, you're like, no way, I don't believe you. But for me, I believe that it was ignorance on fire. And you guys have probably heard this a handful of times on these lunch and learns. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what the product was about. I knew how I felt. And I knew that I needed to share this with every single person that crossed my path. And this is why and how we started to do what we did. Within the first few months, I think it was in first month and a half, we hit 12K on my account. Right at New Year's, Jessica called me. She's like, dude, you just hit 12K. And by the way, you qualified for your trip to Vegas. I'm like, whoa. What does all that mean? Legit, that was what I told her. And this is the crazy part. You don't have to know everything. You have amazing leaders that will show you and help you and guide you if you're open to learning and being coachable, which I was legit. I was like ignorance on fire. I had no idea what 12K meant, nor did I know that I was in a run to qualify for a vacation, right? I probably would have worked even harder. So anyways, needless to say, we did that by New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Day, I flipped Sydney into a promoter role. She hit VIP 800 in that time. She hit VIP 1600, and then, we got her going. But a lot of people don't know why I even started this, right? Because I was working at Ford Motor Company. Now, I had a union job, great pay, phenomenal benefits, literally the best benefits in the world. Anybody who has any family that's automotive know that. Why did I start this, right? Like, dude, you had a good job. What'd you need this for? I didn't start this for me. I'm already starting to get choked up. I didn't start this for me. I saw an opportunity to get my wife in a better place. My wife was in retail management for 9 years. I've been with her 6-year anniversaries this weekend, but we've been together for 8. And in those 9 years, I've watched her come home every single day just broken. It's physically exhausting, mentally exhausting. People don't talk to you very nicely. It sucked. And as a husband, not being able to do anything really started to wear on me. And I started to question myself. So when Edna introduced this to me, and then we had the conversation with Jessica, and then we went to Natasha's event. So it was a domino effect, right? Go to events, I promise you, they're amazing. I heard some of these stories and said, hold on, why can't we do this? Why can't we create something from something that we love? And within 4 short months, we were able to supplement Sydney's income and get her out of a retail management job. And then the week after that, she got a brand new Cadillac, and people thought we were crazy. Like, you got to be nuts. You quit your job of 9 years and you went and got a luxury vehicle. Like, what is wrong with you? I said, we're not paying for it. There's nothing wrong with us. We're actually being smart about it. So needless to say, shortly after that, we achieved the highest rank on the account because of our amazing team on my account. And then about a year after that, Sydney achieved the highest rank on her account because of her amazing team. And about 2 years ago, I walked away from Ford Motor Company. I didn't retire. I quit. I retired myself. I made a choice to spend the rest of my time sharing this amazing product, being a part of this amazing company, trying to lead people and help people to financial freedom, to mental freedom, to feel better with the product. And also, I have a 3-year-old son. And my father missed our lives to give us a life. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be present in my son's life while teaching him valuable lessons and how to grow a business and become an entrepreneur and a leader, all while helping people feel good. Guys, I tell people this all the time when people ask me, what do I do for a living? I'm in the business of helping people feel better. That's what I do for a living. Some of the things that I really wanted to discuss about or talk to you guys about is in the beginning processes, we don't expect anybody to have all the answers. And if you do, that's when you start to overcomplicate it. And that's when you start to take away from the passion that you have for the product, because you're trying to study and think of what to say to somebody, when all you have to do is tell them exactly how this affected you. How did you feel day 1, day 3, day 10? What has it done for you? And if you're really new and like a week in and you don't have a testimony like that, lean on the fan page. There's millions of testimonies on the fan page. And not only that, you have people within your organization. Your upline should be the first person you call to say, hey, I have a friend that's asking questions and wants to know, what can I do? Can I get him on a phone call with you? Hell yes. Call me anytime. People that aren't on my team call me. And it's okay. I'm here to help. But that's something that I really want you guys to really understand is you don't have to have all the answers immediately. As long as you get somebody on the phone or on a Zoom, or you say, hey, look, I can get you that answer in a matter of time. Just give me like 24 hours. I'll have all the answers you need. Okay. Utilize your upline, utilize 3-way calls. These are very, very fundamental things that we've done and continue to do on a daily basis. Okay. Another thing that we love to do is we have a lot more time than most people because we work it full-time from home. So we do have to put together our schedules and do daily method of operations. I'm not going to talk about that right now because that's more for some of the veterans that have been doing this for a while. I want to talk to the people that still have a full-time job and try to work this within the nooks and crannies of their day. Okay, this is who I want to talk to. And this is what we did. I was working 12 hours a day, 4 days a week at Ford Motor Company. 9 times out of 10, I picked up a couple of extra days of overtime just because we were starting off and I didn't know any better. And I would have to work this literally. This is my schedule. I worked 2 days day shift. So from 5:30 in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening. And then 2 days midnights. So from 5:30 in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was working so talk about a thrown out sleep schedule. I wasn't sleeping normally, but thanks to my Thrive, I was feeling good the whole time I was doing it. Every single morning I would send out, before I went to work, I would send out a bunch of messages first thing in the morning. So that when those people that I sent the messages to, the first thing they saw when they woke up was a message from me. And then by the time they replied, most likely it was either my first break or my lunch break. And in between those two breaks, I was replying to people also while handing them off to my wife or handling them myself. And then I would have a third break in the afternoon, kind of get back to people. I was doing three-way calls in the parking lot on my lunch break. I wasn't eating lunch. Why were we doing this? Why was I taking all the time that I had to chill or to do whatever and doing these calls and messaging people and reaching out to people? Why? Because I saw the big picture. I saw the opportunity with this company to do something amazing, not for myself, for my family, for the people that are involved in our organization. And not only that, to help as many people as we can. Jason Kemper says it all the time. Don't make this about you. Make this about helping as many people as you can. And in doing so, you will get everything that you need. Okay? So that's why we did what we did. And I'm telling you, the hard work pays off. You're not going to get a yes every single time you send a message. You're not. It's just not going to happen. Statistically, usually on the 12th message, 72% of people are closed or are become customers or promoters around the 12th message. So if you don't continue to be persistent and very nice about it and say, hey, you know, if somebody tells me no, I say no, no's not right now. Okay, I'll talk to you next month. Same time, same channel, same everything. I'll talk to you next month. I'll send you a message. Hey, you tired? How you feeling? You need to pick me up? Let me introduce you to this product. Just experience it for yourself. Don't believe me. Don't listen to me. And if you don't love it, tell me you don't love it. All right? Prove me wrong, please. I love it. It's one of the things that I do the best. So those are some of the things that we did right off the bat, and that's how we worked it. We saw the big picture and understood that we had to put in the work, excuse me, to go out and do this. And Billy said it yesterday, millionaires are made in the messenger. You got to reach out and you have to follow up. If you do not do that, you're wasting your time and energy. If you're not reaching out, following up, if you don't have a notepad saying, okay, I reached out to Stacy, Jim, Jeff, Stephanie, and Angela today. They haven't tried the product, whatever. Put the notes in your own notepad and keep it. We have a notebook that's specifically for follow-ups. It's our follow-up notebook, okay? And we put all of our information from, Sydney has half the book, I have the other half of the book. This way it doesn't, nobody, because I can look at her pages and be like, babe, did you follow up with this person? We hold each other accountable, right? Usually it's her holding me accountable because my follow-up game isn't as strong as hers, not gonna lie. Women just remember things better. But that's another great tip for you guys. Make yourself a follow-up notebook. And this way you can keep track of all the people that you're, reaching out to and following up with, especially those that are on trials. And another thing, your mini experiences, if you do not send mini experiences, that's a problem, guys. You need to invest in your business, get your kits, make trials, carry them everywhere you go. Women are lucky. You guys got purses. Guys don't have that luxury. My wife, if we're together, I'm shoving 6 trials in her bag. Why? Because if we go to the grocery store, you better believe if somebody makes eye contact with me, we're having a conversation. I call it the 3-foot rule. If you're within 3 feet of me and you connect with me somehow, whether you smile, wave, say hi, ooh, we're going to be best friends by the time I'm done with you. Not everybody has that within them. But guess what? I didn't either. It became, because of this company and this business and our experience, it became a mission of mine to get out of my comfort zone so that I could meet new people. If you stay in your bubble, then that's all you get is that bubble. The minute you break out of that bubble, it's a whole new world. And then after that, you cross paths with so many people. We are in a network marketing business. You have to let your network work. But if you don't grow your network will not work. It's just, you have to be able and willing to. Every time I ever got scared, like to talk to somebody, I would remember how I feel. how does this product make me feel? It gives me that confidence to be like, well, I feel absolutely amazing because I put my DFT where somebody can see it. It's the most brilliant marketing strategy anybody could ever come up with. You're a walking billboard for your own business. Wear it loud, wear it proud, put it somewhere where somebody can see it. And if you can get a colorful one, get a colorful one. But these are some of the things that we do. And I promise you, stepping out of your comfort zone is one thing that I urge each and every one of you to do. Even if you challenge yourself to do it with 1 or 2 people, once or twice a week. You know, and I know because of the situation with the global pandemic, it's hard. So this is where Messenger comes into play. And this is where joining groups comes into play. All of you live in certain areas around the country. All of you have certain things that you love to do, right? So if you follow myself or Sydney, we're big on doing cooking videos. We love to cook because I love to feed people. Plus, because of this Ultimate Thriver Challenge that just happened, I had a very significant transformation, lost 60 pounds in a matter of 4 months. And I incorporated, if it wasn't for Thrive and incorporating a special diet that Sydney and I have come up with and kind of used keto as part of it. So it's kind of our own spin on keto. We call it a dirty keto, lazy keto, or the Sydney keto, whatever you want to call it. But with the Thrive experience, we've had people making significant differences. But this is back to the groups, so squirreling. Getting into these groups and being present in these groups. So when we go into these groups, we don't talk about Thrive per se. We talk about our journey. We share recipes. We are very active in these groups, right? And what happens when you're like that? People start to friend request you. People start to follow you, and then they want to know what you're doing. And if you go to my page, it's all Thrive. I mean, everything. There's Thrive interviews. There's testimonials, stories that are shared, or we're making announcements about somebody. So it's in your face, and it says Lavelle Brand Promoter on top of it. So I'll give you an example. We did a video not too long ago. I had 27 friend requests of people that have 0 mutual friends of mine. That is a gold mine. Out of those 27, there's 6 new orders of customers without even having to do too much. Because I've already provided value. They know, like, and trust me because they watched our videos, right? Then they want to know what we're doing that's different than something that nobody in that group is doing. And guess what? It's a Thrive experience. And they see that. And then they ask questions. And then from there, you send them a link and say, hey, check out the website, create a free customer account, and let us know how we can help. And a lot of times what we do is if you have credits available, we say, look, we'll cover your shipping. It's $15 in credits, folks. That's a lot of shipping you can cover for a lot of customers or potential customers. So this is what we do for groups, all right? If you like to sew, if you like to knit, get in knitting groups, all right? If you like to work out, get in workout groups. If you like to bungee jump, it doesn't matter. Like whatever you love to do. And the connections that you make are gonna be genuine and they're gonna be interesting because they're people that have similar likes as you. It's very important, in my opinion, to do that. So that's one of the biggest things that that's helped us, especially within the last few months. And Sydney, my wife, she's brilliant on social media. So if you follow her, she'll tell you, she'll share some stories and explain everything to you guys. So moving on from the groups and stuff like that. Susan, tell me if you want to add anything or if there's anything that I could cover.
Sorry, I was muted. No, I think we talk about the groups a lot because that's obviously expanding a network of people you don't know. You talked about when they come to your page, it's all Thrive stuff. Like what give us this, I think you talked about how you're sharing stories and are you doing your lives? Did you say you were doing lives on there too?
We do a lot of lives. I do some interviews. We do live locals. So if you have a few leaders that do, so we do a weekly live local, different leaders, and it's just a quick testimonial, day 1, day 3. It's mostly customers or some promoters. We don't really get too much into business. We do use customer pages, but those live Facebook lives that we do they're great because people start to watch them, and not everybody's story is the same. So different people are going to, be drawn in. And if it's on my page, usually if they're friends of mine, they'll ask me about it, because we tell people, hey, whoever invited you to this, make sure you reach out to them.
Isn't it amazing how, like, I love it when we get to the point that people are like, all right, tell me what this Thrive thing is. Just give me the info. And you're like, finally. So it's coming across in the chat a lot about the follow-up. And guys, he's talking about the follow-up notebook. Jamie Lindbergh talks about the recipe box. I have a huge board in front of me, a big whiteboard that has everybody's dates of who to follow up with and everything. You definitely have to find your system per se that works for you. Haas and his wife go, that is great. Doing the notebook or even a spreadsheet, you have to follow up. Because, I mean, go into a little bit more. Why is it important? Because if you just followed up with them right before the order was supposed to go again, what do you think is probably going to happen?
Right. Why is follow-up so important? I mean, Eric Worre, a personal friend of Sydney and I, his name's Eric Worre, guys. If you don't know him, he's the godfather of network marketing. He has a book called Go Pro. One of the first things he talks about is the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Why is the follow-up so amazing or so important? Is because you stay connected. It's important for two different things. You stay connected with this person, you understand what troubles they're going through, and you come up with solutions, so you're adding value to whatever the situation is. Not only that, in a customer retention space, following up with your customers to make sure that they're having a good experience, thanking them in the follow-up as to, thank you for ordering, sending them something as simple as a thank you card, handwritten, hey, thank you so much, I appreciate you. This is from the dollar store. You can get these, like 20 of them for $1 at the dollar store, at Dollar Tree, where my wife used to work. But following up with people is so important to me and Sydney, because if you don't, you let them fall through what we call the leaky bucket. Eric explains that if you have a bunch of leads going into, your leads are water, and they're going into this bucket, and you're holding this bucket, but there's a hole in the bottom of the bucket. So all the water is not being kept in that bucket. So your follow-ups are, your leads are not getting followed up with, because people are falling through that little crack or that little hole in your bucket. The whole point of following up is to plug that hole, and that way you have this whole group of people that you can follow up with on a regular basis to get you to where you want to be, whether it's rank, sales, whatever it is in your organization. And not only that, once I'm not going to get into the waiting room, but that's a whole nother topic. But, you got to really focus on follow-up. I can't stress to you how important it is. It's literally been the backbone of our business. It's what's gotten us to where we're at.
Guys, and some ideas on follow-ups are, especially like your people who are thriving with you. It's not just, hey, your order's coming up, or how are you feeling? It's like, oh my gosh, I just saw a picture of you and your kids. That's awesome. Because your follow-up is also building your relationship with them to the point that if they did want to cancel, like they might not, because they have such a personal relationship with you. Haas just talked about those thank you notes. I think I sent out 31 this month just on customers between mine and my husband's and my son's account, that was just a thank you. Thank you for your August order. Guys, I know that takes a lot of work sometimes, but getting a personal note in the mail, I love that. I personally
love that. How many of you love that, right? Raise your hand if you love that.
Yes. And all I put in my notes this month is I said, thank you so much for your August order. As a special thank you, I want you to try this nighttime patch. It recharges your immune system while you're sleeping. Talk to you soon. Look out for September promos. I mean, it was super short and sweet, but they're all getting one of those little patches. And let me tell you, everybody I've sent those to has almost turned around and ordered them. One of those nighttime patches, and they're like, yes.
120 million %, not 120%, 120 million %. Here's the thing. The specials that the promos that the company launches, for example, I'm crossing my fingers for Labor Day.
Me too.
Right? Buy two, get one. All right. If those promos come down your pipeline and you guys see those, I highly recommend you order Plus Line products, stock them, whether you use them or not. stock them. Why? Because these thank you cards bolted with an activate or a recharge, like she just said, or a rest or something like that you can individually pack, you have an opportunity to get somebody to up their order on the next month on their auto ship. And that, what does that equate for to you? A happier customer because they have a new product that they love, and a bigger paycheck because your sales are going up. It's so simple to do stuff like that. Is it work? Yes. Is it worth it? 100% definitely. Okay. These are things that you should really think about doing. And it's hard sometimes, especially as you grow, trying to keep tabs on every single customer is very difficult. It's not easy, but it's necessary, in my opinion. It's necessary to keep the relationship strong and personal.
And they do become your personal friends. A lot of times, those customers that you keep following up with will be some of your strongest promoters. Okay, so Joni put in here, I need to follow up. That's where I lack. Game changer. If I implement it, I'm for sure. Here's the deal. If you already know, I say this all the time, if you know your weakest part of your business, and mine used to be just like getting people to VIP. It's like I'd get them to order and then I wouldn't follow through and get in their VIP. Key to business. Okay, whatever. If that is your struggle, whatever your struggle is, I encourage, this is what I do. I put it on the top of my calendar or on my positive affirmations, and I put a big red X in it. Like, I'm not good at follow-ups, and I put a big red X through it. So that's not going to be an option to say that I'm not good at it. Does that make sense? Like you recognize it, get it out of your system. And then I can't remember who said it. It was one of our trainers said, the hardest thing that you don't feel comfortable in, that's the hardest thing for you, that you think you're not good at in this business, you do it first thing every day before you do anything else.
Yeah, you get the hard stuff out of the way. Get it out of the way. Right? Yeah. Here's the thing. It falls back to comfort zone. If you're not comfortable doing it and it's hard for you to do, you have to make it a priority, in my opinion. You have to make it one of the things that you practice every day. And what happens when you start to practice it, it becomes a habit. It becomes a good habit, right? Especially if it's something like following up. And then once it becomes a good habit, for most people, and this is a good addiction or obsession, is it becomes an obsession. A friend of mine is very obsessed in following up, and he is super successful because of his follow-up. His follow-up skills are stronger than anybody's I've ever seen in my life. Like, he doesn't forget anything. He takes like a bottle expand a day. I think this guy's nuts. But it's remarkable the results that he's gotten because he's created a habit, especially a positive habit like following up. I promise, if you start doing it every morning, take 10 minutes. Okay, I don't want to go extraordinary like 30 minutes. Take 10 minutes just to do a simple follow-up routine. Right? Mm-hmm. And watch how easy it becomes for you.
So many people just quoted Natasha, unmute. So I want you to jump in and add something to this and just kind of help close this out. But so many people, right when we were like, you got to do that first, get out of the way. They were like, eat the frog, eat the frog, eat the frog, eat the frog. Brian Tracy, eat the frog. I was like, notice we all probably got that from someplace. But Natasha, I want you to jump in and see if you have any closing remarks for Haas or anybody else. And I keep muting her.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Okay. We are at the school. Can you believe it? Like, we're actually at a school. Jacoby's getting his testing right now. So, so I am parked for all of you watching. I always have to say that because it freaks me out when people are driving. I'm like, oh my God, don't look at me. But no, it's exactly it. Haas hit on every single point, task, action that truly builds the strongest foundation to your business now and your business in the future. And if you lock that in and you do these tasks and make them part of your habits every single day, teaching your team that duplication, you're going to hit goals that you never even imagined you could hit. Like, Haas didn't come into this saying, I'm going to retire from Ford. He came in saying, I'm going to retire my wife. Never did he think at that moment that it was going to be a full-time career. But because he implemented what he just taught us every single day and taught it to his team, and duplication consistently happened, look where he is today. Look where you will be in 2 years, in 1 year, in 5 years. You just got to put in the action, you guys. And Haas, like, you hit it on the point today. I'm so excited for everybody who was on today and who watches the replay, because it was powerful.
I love these because, just to give you guys a heads up, 5 years ago, we didn't have these, right? We didn't have amazing things like this. We did have locals and stuff like that, but we didn't have amazing things like this. This, for me, is an opportunity for all of you to streamline your success and learn from the people, learn from all these leaders' mistakes that they made, that, like, it took me, 14 months to get to where I was comfortable as a 200K. It's going to take you less time. It should take you less time if you listen to some of these leaders or all of these leaders and really implement what they're telling you, because we've made the mistakes for you. The path is paved, right? You're going to the Wizard of Oz. You just got to follow the path. It's there. It's a matter of watching out for the witch and figuring out, which leader is the one that you feel comfortable following. One last thing before we go, and I know we're probably right at the mark. Self-development, in my opinion, is one of the most amazing parts of this business. It's something that goes hand in hand with our types of business. We have a lot of leaders and a lot of, following Paul and following Jason. Those are two people that you can follow that will give you some great guidance and outlook, especially on business. Paul brings up, Think and Grow Rich 101 times on a call. There's a bunch of books that you can read. And one that we just read, and we had the pleasure of speaking with the author, is called Worthy Human. Worthy Human by Tracy Litt. Sydney, if you're on this, can you please put that in there? Or Natasha just did. Worthy Human by Tracy Litt was a mind shifter for me, for myself and Sydney, and everybody else who we know that have read it. So check that book out. It's on Audible. She reads it. She's freaking awesome. She does swear a little bit, so sorry about that. But, she's got a great personality. But I think I'm out of time.